Hey everybody, welcome to Sad Panda Presents. This is a podcast about music that we're going to discuss different albums that we're listening to. Right now we're going through the staff pick list on the consequenceofsound.net. Fair warning, we use some coarse language sometimes. Today we are talking about number 85 on the list, which is Michael Jackson's Off the Wall album. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Shane.
So yeah, man, what's up? What's going on?
Nothing. I got sick as shit today. I don't know. I ate some. I don't know what I had some. I made some eggs and potatoes earlier in the week, and I ate this hot sauce.
Okay.
It made my stomach. It was like it made my stomach real acidy.
Oh yeah.
And, I ate the rest last night when I was fucking around, and then I woke up and I had it coming out both ends, so I was not. Santa Va habanero extra hot is getting tossed. It sucks because it tastes pretty goddamn good, man. It's a good tasting hot sauce, but it fucked me up.
Packed full of that salmonella. That's
I guess. I don't know if they they just wrung out some fish juice in it or something. I don't know what they did. Put some fucking raw chicken. I don't know, man. But 2 times, especially this one. So I laid around all day and played Final Fantasy VII and was listening to I started American Gods.
Oh, okay.
I started listening to that audiobook, and it's pretty good so far. It's different than the show, which is cool.
Yeah, man.
But, I'm digging it.
Yeah, man. I read American Gods several years ago because I don't know. I'd heard good things about Neil Gaiman as a story writer from you and from other people. And I never read the Sandman series like you have, but I heard some really good things about that book. And yeah, it's a great fucking book. So I think I watched the first season of the show. I don't know if they have a second season out yet or if that's coming out. But
I think it's like releasing now because I thought I saw a commercial for it and I wanted to start recording it.
Okay,
but I don't remember. Maybe I did. I don't remember if it's going to start or just started but I know I think it's happening.
Yeah, so I did
recently.
watch the first season right after it came out, and I thought they did a good job with like the casting, especially. And then it doesn't follow the book like word for word or anything, but I still think they did a good job with it for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I like the fucking Leprechaun, and then Mr. Wednesday's phenomenal. I think they casted that Mr. Wednesday perfectly.
Dude, yeah. And you're right, 100% about the Leprechaun. He is fucking amazing.
He's hysterical. And I didn't realize he kicked the bucket so early. That's kind of weird. In the book, he dies pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, because he makes it through the whole first season.
Oh no! Okay, yeah. That's right.
And so, yeah, and it's a little bit out of order in the show, but it's good. Both are good. Yeah, man, I've been reading the Wheel of Time series, and I finished book 3 yesterday.
Okay.
And man, I know it's a good series. I heard it's a really good series and all this shit, but dude, after the 3rd book, where he kills the Dark One or whatever, and this is the 3rd time he's fucking killed this guy, and they're like, oh no, you didn't kill him. He's alive and blah, 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 blah. I'm okay, I'm fucking done. I need a break. This is some bullshit. I'm fucking sick of this shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, but, I don't know. I've never read that series. I know, Tyler from Tadpog, that's one of his favorite series of books, but
yeah,
I don't know. I've never gotten into it.
I needed a break. It was cool because they finally, in the 3rd book, cause there's 3 kids that all have powers.
Okay.
And the main guy is he's a guy who can wizard and do magic and shit.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 other ones, and the other guy can talk to wolves, and Matt is the 3rd guy. His superpower is just he's lucky. He's just really lucky. That's all it is. He's crazy lucky. Dude,
so he's a fucking leprechaun.
I guess you could say that. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but I always like that as a superpower is just being lucky. If I were to have a superpower, that would be mine because I am one of the luckiest motherfuckers I know.
Yeah. Fucking A, man. So, yeah.
Fucking A.
I don't know.
All right. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. And one more. So at work, the product that we're working on we're just going to drop it altogether.
Okay.
So everybody's moving to like a new thing.
Right.
And they're going to keep a couple of people for this project. And then once that's up in June, everybody's moving to this thing. And there's a 6-week training course for this product.
Okay.
I was like, holy shit, that's a long time. And I started thinking, I was like, okay, so like if I start this in June, 6 weeks. So by the time I'm done training, I'm literally going to quit and move. So I'm totally going to fuck off the training 100%. I'm just going to sit in a room, get paid, and study for my test that I have to take for my teaching test.
Yeah,
for my
dude.
core test. So
for sure.
I'm literally, oh, hey, how do you do this thing? I have no idea, but you know how to balance an equation? I need to learn how to do that. I need to study up on that. I need to remember my fucking magnetism shit and like remember all that. That's what I'm going to be doing. So just don't ask me any questions. I'm just going to show up, pay me, and then get the fuck out.
Fucking A, man. There you go.
Yeah. So fuck the system.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I found a really big problem at work.
Oh yeah?
Well, yeah. I mean, I found it like 2 months ago, but with all the politics surrounding shit, I was basically told to shut up and sit down. And I was like, okay, but this is going to come back to bite us in the ass. And they're like, yeah, we don't care. Shut up and sit down. I'm like, okay. Guess what happened this week? It turned around and bit us right in the ass.
2 months later. Hey, what about that? Oh,
and,
that's a big fucking deal. Yeah.
Like, yeah, so it's just like, it's a big fucking problem. And it's something that's, it's something that people, like, I got trained to do it the wrong way, so I've been doing it the wrong way for about a year until I found out, like, oh, hey, we're supposed to be doing this. So I started doing it the right way back in, like, January, and called attention to it with upper management, and, yeah, it didn't go anywhere until the customer started asking questions, and we're under contract to give them the information if they ask for it, and we're like, oh, yeah, so this has been fucked for, like, the last decade. Sorry. Like, so there's,
and then like, you know, those like Boeings that have started to fuck up.
No. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. Nothing that would cause any catastrophic failures or anything like that. It's pretty small in the scope of how it affects, what it affects. Like it's not really that big a deal. But the fact that it's been wrong for so long is a huge fucking deal. So it's just like, you know, well, I was trained wrong, and so my predecessor was also trained wrong, and his predecessor was trained wrong, and, you know, we can track this back, for as long as we have, like, accessible history. It's like, this has been wrong, like, the whole time, so, you know what? You know, like, this is something you're just gonna have to deal with, because like I said, it's nothing that would cause any kind of like mechanical failure. So it's obviously not affecting anything in the real world, but it's still like a political and like paperwork nightmare. And I've basically removed myself from all of the politics of it. And I've basically, like, in the last 2 months, I've been working to fix the issue anyway. So it's pretty much fixed. But I'm sure this thing will get politicked out for, like, the next 2 months. So it's like, oh, by the way, we noticed this issue. We already fixed it, but, we're gonna have to spend, you know, hundreds of hours, working out the politics behind it. And that's not my fucking job. So fuck off.
Right. It's like that scene in Office Space. Well, to save data, they only put 2 digits in the year.
Yeah.
So in 2000, we have to go on and uncode all that and code it in.
Right. It's one of the, like, dude, where I work is a fucking gigantic Office Space meme. I swear to God. It's just like, it's one of those things that's like, you know, it's exactly the situation of, well, I'm not lazy. It's that I just don't care. If I bust my ass and Initech ships an extra couple hundred units, I don't see another dime. It's like, that is our office in a fucking nutshell, dude. So, I don't know. It's like, that fucking movie is referenced so much between like the team of people I work with, because every time that something happens, it's like somebody just quotes Office Space, and it's, yep, that's appropriate. Like, that fits here. Guess what? So
funny.
So yeah, I work in Office Space. But anyway, that's my story. Trying to keep it vague enough that if somebody ever heard this, I don't get fucking sued.
Fuck it, I don't care.
No, you don't.
Nobody's gonna listen to this. Like, nobody listens.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Except Caleb. We love you, Caleb. And Paul. And Kyle.
Yeah, but he doesn't care.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Alrighty, so you want to get into this?
Sure, man.
Alright, I believe this is number 80 on our list.
This is 85.
Oh, fuck. I thought we were way further.
Nope.
Oh, 85.
Yep.
Well, boom. Okay.
Sure is.
Well, so Off the Wall actually just celebrated its, oh wait, I did the math wrong. That's 40 years. Its 40-year anniversary on the 10th.
Fucking
It was
man.
released in 1979, so this is a 40-year-old record. It's crazy to think about, isn't it?
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah, so a little background. Quincy Jones was the producer on this, and he is a fucking huge name in music. He has been around for a long time. He's produced for Michael Jackson, Frank Sinatra, Ray Charles, Dizzy Gillespie. He's done all kinds of shit. He's done this one. He's done Thriller. He's done Bad. Like, this guy's got like something stupid, like, I think like over like 300-400 albums under his belt.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that's like a producer.
Yeah, he's got quite the what do you call that thing? Portfolio.
Yeah, he has 80 Grammy nominations and 28 wins.
Jesus.
That's fucking, yeah, he won the Lifetime Achievement Award like some year, I think not too long, like 97, 98, something like that.
All right.
But yeah, he's a fucking monster producer. This guy's done a ton of shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, it's like, it's crazy to think, yeah, this is a 40-year-old album, but I mean, it's definitely like, that would put it in what, like the 70s and 80s, right? So, I mean, late 70s, early 80s, 79, you said? So
79, yeah.
This, man, yeah, you can tell these songs sound like the 70s. Straight up.
Yeah, they sound like, they sound, no, it absolutely is, it is a timepiece. Like, it's very much a period piece of that era.
For sure.
And it's, yeah, I mean, you can really hear it, like, in almost every song. For the most part, this album isn't very, like, varied. I mean, it sticks to it, unlike, you know, like Elton John, where he kind of went all over the place and you Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Right.
This is, I mean, it's very honed, you know, on its sound. It is. And, it doesn't really deviate, but it's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it does it really well.
It's 70s pop is 70s pop, you know?
Mm-hmm. And, you know, when I listened to this album, the first thing, like, when I got about halfway through, I was like, holy shit, this is where Jamiroquai got his sound. Like, okay. This is like what I feel like, I don't know, it very much has that funk feel. Like, I mean, I feel like this is when like he sat down and wrote, you know, Space Odyssey. He was like, I want to do Off the Wall, but with a little more like psychedelic synth.
Yeah, man.
With space themes. You know what I mean?
This album is like if like disco and funk got together and made a baby, that is like this album. Absolutely. A lot of those themes just all over the place here.
And you can hear like, I mean, like, I don't know, I'm just thinking of like funky people. Like now, like I can feel like, I can hear like Bruno Mars, or Jamiroquai. I can hear like, you know, all these like these funk people. And I'm like, this has to draw from that. I mean, they had to be influenced by Mike. I mean, I think everybody was influenced by Michael Jackson for the most part.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Because he was such a big fucking deal for so long.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he's as big as the Beatles. You know, it just.
Oh yeah.
He just is.
Oh, and speaking of, Paul McCartney wrote, the ninth song, or the seventh song on this album, Girlfriend. He was the writer of that song.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. And, apparently from what I remember reading, him and Paul McCartney were like big friends back in the day.
Huh.
And, Paul McCartney was saying, you know, what's a really good investment is buying songs. And Michael went, huh, you know, you wrote a bunch of good songs. And then, so he owned like a shitload of the Beatles music.
He did,
and then
yeah.
after he died, that's when Apple got their hands on it, and that's when it became available like on iTunes, like
Right.
I think like in 2008,
something like
that.
Yeah.
2008, 2009, and then and then I mean, "Here Comes the Sun" was like the number one downloaded song for like, I think it still holds the record for the most downloaded song in one day or some shit like that. Like, because it was such a big deal. Like, that the Beatles got released on iTunes.
Oh, fucking A, man. So
there's a little bit about the little background on the Off the Wall album.
Cool.
So let's get into number one, "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough."
Yeah.
I think everybody's heard this song.
100%. Like, super popular song. One of the few songs on this album that I had heard before. I've liked this song forever, basically.
I mean, it's Michael Jackson, man.
Yeah. Michael Jackson. Like, very disco. This song is like very disco.
I mean, it's got that funky, like, big band sound. It's really sensual. And his voice is like really, really high throughout the song.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it has like that airy, except when he does, "Oh, sensation."
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, he's like an octave higher than normal, and that really like falsetto-y kind of sound.
Right.
And so, reading the lyrics, it was, he defends this song saying that it's, that he wanted to write a song about, not quitting until you're satisfied. And that's, that's "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough." But be real, this song's about fucking. Like, this song is about fucking. This song is about getting it till you come. Like, don't. Yeah. Yeah, this song's totally about fucking.
So,
but no, it's not about fucking, but it's totally about fucking.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I probably heard this the first time in like elementary school, you know, and it's just always been it's an amazing song, and it's just, this comes on and you're just like, fuck yeah, man. I love this song. I found I'm like not like a super big dancer. Like, I'll fuck around a little bit and do stupid shit. Mostly like shoulder shakes and stuff like that. Like, I can't really move my hips real good, but I got like the shoulders. Like, I can like do a funky dance move in my car. Like, because I'm sitting, you know what I mean? Ass planning. But I found myself dancing a lot when this album's playing. In fact, the other night, I was at my girlfriend's house, and I was outside listening to this album, having a cigarette, and I was dancing around. She fucking opens the door. She goes, "Cut that shitty dancing out. You're shaking the house and I can't fucking sleep." I was all sweaty and shit. I was like, okay, I'll stop. But yeah. Anyway, moving on to number two is "Rock With You." Yeah, another super popular song.
Yes, it is. You know, it slows down a little bit here, and got a really cool like that violin kind of stuff, and then really sexy. We get sexy Michael.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, this is sexy Michael comes in. It has that fun chip organ flute thing at the end, which is fun. And I mean, great song. Yeah. I mean, I feel like everybody knows this one.
Yeah. It's you know, it's about fucking too.
It is. And I do have a note
it's about dancing, quote unquote, but nah, I mean, this is another, this is another fucking song.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, for sure. He wants to get his rocks off on you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. He wants to join that Come On Close subreddit.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man. So I'm not gonna do it, and I didn't do it, but my thought was I was gonna twist the lyrics in this song to make it a rape song, so this could be your favorite song.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I kind of don't want to touch that.
Yeah. Let's stay away from that theme on this particular artist. So.
Yeah, I thought about it, and I was like, that's probably bad. I didn't want to acknowledge that I thought about doing it and then thought better of it by talking about it. Oh man. Okay. Anyway, so we move on to "Working Day and Night."
Yeah.
Man, this song hit me fucking sideways. Like, man, I thoroughly enjoyed this song. Like, I mean, this is the song like where I was at work the next day, just got me working day and night.
Yeah, man,
this one got into me, like.
For sure, dude, for sure. Like, yeah, I don't know if I had heard this one before or not, but certainly a good one.
Yeah, for sure. And I like how it starts off with like that Blue Man Group kind of shit where he's like banging on, like they're banging on like the big pipes and shit, that kind of stuff. And it's pretty fast. And I like what he's talking about, how he's like, he's busting his ass to fucking
burning the candle at both ends, baby.
Yeah, man. And like, it sucks that I have to work all the time, and it's hard to love you when I got to be working, but he's busting his ass to support his old lady, and that's cool, man.
Yeah, dude. I
like it. It was very much a jam for me.
Yeah, man. It's fucking, you say that's what a man's supposed to do, right? So I'm doing it.
And yeah, he is. He was working it day and night. Yeah, no, this song got me. I got it hooked. It got its hooks into me.
Fucking A, man. I enjoyed this one as well. For sure. So.
Yeah. All right. And then, we move on to Get on the Floor.
Yeah.
Yeah?
This was great.
What'd you think?
I thought it was great.
Like these two back to back are, oh man, Get on the Floor. Ooh.
Fuck that, man.
This was the
these four back to back are fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he hits the front half of this album super strong. Cause these are all great.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and then Get Out on the Floor, like that's the one where I got caught busting.
Dude.
Busting a move and got yelled at, but I couldn't help it. Like it possesses me.
Well, dude, that's what the song's about. Like fucking get your ass out there and fucking dance. Like, let me see that booty clap, you know? Fuck.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I was white boy twerking it real hard with my, with my no acetol.
Yep. Oh man. Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, great song. Fucking amazing song.
Yeah, it's got more of that funk and more of that disco, and like, fucking like, this is a very bass influenced song. Like, you can.
Yeah, that was the thing. I
like,
I didn't have a lot of notes, but yeah, I like the real funk heavy. Like,
yeah,
it's
dude,
more funk heavy. You know what I mean?
This bass line, like, as soon as this song starts, this bass line, immediately I was like, this is a good one. Like,
yeah.
As soon as I heard
within
this
like
line,
4 seconds, you're like, oh my god, okay, I love this song already.
Yeah, for sure. So if you're all about that like funky ass bass line, this is the song for you. Like, goddamn, it's good.
It absolutely is.
So it zones in right on that, and doesn't get much better than that.
No, it does not.
So
and all right, so moving on to Off the Wall, the title track.
Yeah.
So. What was with that witch laugh at the beginning? Like, I don't know. There was like a weird witch laugh kind of that I heard.
Oh.
And I was like, what the fuck was that about? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
It kind of threw me off.
I don't know. It's just there.
I don't know. It was weird. I was like, what the fuck? Is it like setting up for Thriller already? Like.
Oh, dude, you can all throughout this album, you can hear themes of Thriller coming out. Like,
yeah,
they're going to reuse some of these sounds later on for that album.
For sure.
And
yeah, especially, I mean, same artist, same producer. So, and then there's also some stuff in Bad too that kind of does it in there.
Yeah.
But, that threw me out. I was like, what the fuck? Like, it took me out of the song like the second or third time I heard it. I was like, what the fuck is that noise? Like, is that a witch laugh? What the shit?
Yeah. So, I mean, this is a song about fucking living for the weekend. And like,
yeah, man,
fucking, you know what? It's the weekend. Shake off all that stress about work. Like, let all that shit go. That shit doesn't affect you right now. Get your drink on and get your party on and just fucking have a good time. You live stress free for the fucking weekend. And it's a great fucking message, that more people should live by. And fuck yeah, man. Like,
sometimes you gotta take a break from life and like cut loose, you know?
Yeah.
And that's, fuck, man, that's hell yeah. And he executed, well, it's a little bit on the lighter side.
A little bit.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, as far as like the music.
The musically,
yeah.
Yeah.
A little lighter, but I mean, that's the whole point. Like he wants to, you know, live life a little lighter. You don't have to fucking grind. You don't have to work day and night. Right? After you're working day and night, then you gotta get off the wall.
For sure. So yeah, I totally enjoyed this because I was like, oh fuck yeah, I can relate to this. Like, you know, like, I mean, I don't really go out and party and dance and shit, but I'm boring and sit home and work in a workshop, but like it's letting go of all of that fucking weekly stress and just being like, all right, cool. I'm going to do me, you know?
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Definitely easy to connect with song. And,
yeah.
While it's not quite as groovy as some of the other stuff, like the last song, still musically very well produced and very well written. And like you said, it has a lighter theme and that's what he's going for. And so they did that with the music and it's still fun.
Yeah, it executed well, for sure.
So, yeah.
For sure. Okay, so we move on to She's Out of My Life.
No, Girlfriend's before that, isn't it?
Oh, what?
Isn't Girlfriend before that?
Or is it?
Or do I have my... I don't know.
Oh, no.
Hold on.
I thought...
Maybe I'm mixed up.
No. Oh, you're right. It is Girlfriend next. I fucked up.
Oh, it's cool. It's cool. I was...
Yeah, that's my bad.
Okay.
I think when I was listening to it, I listened to it out of order, and I think I wrote them down wrong. Anyway. So yeah, Girlfriend, we talked about Paul McCartney wrote this song. And I like, it's kind of we're progressing a little more lighter. And then this one's a little lighter than the last one.
It definitely breaks the theme of the album a little bit, musically speaking. Cause
it's kind of really like synth heavy and like.
Well, it's just not as like dance party music as everything else has been up until now. So.
It's more like doo-wop-y.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like that, like, it's got like a,
that's a great fucking way to describe it.
It's not, and I like, but I would almost say it would be a 50s song if it had like straight, like instruments instead of like a lot of the synth stuff going on.
Yeah.
It could definitely be like a, 40s, 50s doo-wop-y style.
For sure. That's the vibe you kind of get off of this. And it's about being the man on the side and like telling the girl, like, I'm gonna tell on you. You won't be with me, then you're gonna be with me. If you don't tell him, I will.
Yeah. And like, okay, first off, who would want to be with a cheating bitch? Like, who would want to fucking do that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're with a girl and she's fucking some other dude and you find it out, like, would you like throw a fit? Also, if she was fucking Michael Jackson in the 80s, would you even would that even be a thing? Like, that's no contest. Like, you're lost. Like, you're done. Like, you lost that bitch, you got pulled, like, move on. Like,
yeah. So.
Like, you're not gonna,
funny theme. I just thought it was kind of a funny theme. Like, he's almost blackmailing her, and I thought that was really fucking funny.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, I was like, who the fuck is gonna stick with the cheating bitch and then realize she's fucking Michael Jackson and thinks he's gonna keep her? There's no way. There ain't no way. Like, I don't give a shit if you're a long dick motherfucker. Like, you got a long dick, like, body like Jack, like a son of a bitch. You could be a neurosurgeon. You're gonna lose your girl to Michael Jackson in 1979. I am sorry.
Yeah.
To his little ass too. Like, there's no way.
Yep. So.
No way. Sorry. I was like, why do you even like, why is he even like, why? I don't know. In his shoes, like, why is this even an issue?
Well,
no, I'm Michael Jackson.
I mean, well, that's the thing is like, like you said, it was written by Paul McCartney. So, but then again, he was a fucking Beatle. Like, you're losing your girl to Paul McCartney too,
Exactly. Like, there's no.
He ain't John Lennon, but he's the second Beatle,
Well, John Lennon, right? Like, well, John Lennon wouldn't fucking like give a shit. Like, he's like, fuck it. You want to fuck her? We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how.
So yeah,
he didn't give a shit. Well, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of for me. This is the P song.
Okay, it's not my favorite, but
like, yeah.
But it's all right. It's pretty.
It's still, for me, as a song, it's still an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
And it's the P song. Like, yeah. I'm not gonna avoid it like the plague. I mean, it's a good song.
Sure.
It's a good song.
Sure.
I like it.
Yeah, I agree.
Personally, no.
Yeah, I agree. So.
Okay, so for real, this time.
This time, she's out of my life.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is a super slow, like, breakup song.
Yeah.
And, those aren't my jam. So for me, this is my P song. I think it's pretty. But again, I don't really care about this song all that much.
I think the opening's beautiful with like the strings.
It totally is. I agree with that. It's
it kind of shows his like tender side and how he's like even though it is an ending of something, he has learned. Like,
right.
He's not gonna be this. He's not gonna take whatever into the next relationship. He's gonna try to be a better person.
Right.
That kind of stuff. And I mean, like his voice training on this song, I think phenomenal. Like he just hits notes that are like he is so solid with his voice on this song because it's so even keel. Like his pitches are perfect. Like everything, like vocally, this song is, I think this is his best performance on the album singing, with him singing.
Yeah, man, I totally agree with all those points, and I think it's a great song. I think it's extraordinarily pretty. And I like you said, his vocal training on here is just, it's on point and it shows really how talented this man is. I mean, like you've seen his talent throughout all of this, but this does like showcase the fact that he can make his voice do whatever the fuck he wants. And, I don't know, man, it's just one of those things where after I heard it a couple of times, I just, if I'm not in the mood for a slow song, I'm just going to kind of pass over it. And to be honest, usually when I'm listening to Michael Jackson, I'm not in the mood for a slow song. I want to fucking dance. So
there was one little thing that bothered me though.
Okay.
When he says quit, he says quit. I just got out like a little too far, like quit.
So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't mean to complain, but
the picky shit.
Yeah. But that's probably on the bottom of this album for me, just because it's just usually what I'm not in the mood for when I'm listening to Michael Jackson. Sorry. So
I get it. And there's one part that hits me that kind of like gets me right in like the spine. Mm-hmm. Is when his like at the end of when he says life, she's out of my life, and his like voice cracked a little bit, it just like it hit me like, he's like really sad, like
there's real emotion behind that.
Yeah, for sure. And that one melted me. And I do remember, I think it's in Delirious or Raw, one of the Eddie Murphy stand-up.
Okay.
He sings a bit of this song, and it's like, man, like dead on. Like he does a really good job of doing Michael Jackson.
Fucking A, man.
Yeah. And
that's pretty cool.
That's the first time I've heard this song was him singing the like he does that, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't know Eddie Murphy could sing, and then he did, and then I was like, oh shit, Michael Jackson. Anyway,
fucking A.
Moving on to
I Can't Help It.
I Can't Help It. This song was actually written by Stevie Wonder.
No shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was.
That I can totally see that.
Yeah.
Because this was a little bit off from the rest of the album too, but I really fucking enjoyed it.
It's I think this is the most out there song on this album, and it has like this weird like surreal sound kind of thing. Yeah. And like Michael really doesn't have too many lyric but I mean it's very much like a band control of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But I fucking dig the shit.
Yeah, dude, this was a fantastic song, and it's I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not going to do a very good job of describing it, but like you said, it is kind of controlled by the band, and like I don't know, the fucking hook of this song, the chorus is great. The verses are fun, and fucking A, man, he just like you can feel this song. I fucking can't help it if I wanted to, and I wouldn't even if I could. Like.
Even if I could.
Fucking.
He does a lot of a weird, like, scatting kind of shit going on.
Yeah. Like,
that's pretty cool. Like, I dig that.
Oh, man. Cause, like, I don't know. You get a lot of your signature, like, like Michael Jackson shit, like,
you
throughout
get, like, these weird, quirky noises in this song. Yeah, for sure.
So it's pretty fucking cool. For sure.
For sure. All right, and then we move on to it's the Falling in Love.
Yeah. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I'm not a real fan of like the music on this song.
Okay.
But I love what he's saying.
Okay.
Like I love what he like the message of this. I don't know. I like the like I don't know, like when I think about stuff like when people get married, you know what I mean? Like that's like the last, like when you meet the person you marry, like for instance, like my parents or your parents or, you know, that have been married for ages.
Right.
Like you think about like the first time like they like fell in love was like the last time they had that opportunity to have that first falling in love.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, and that's kind of I don't know, for me, that's always been like a weird thought, like to have that feeling gone, like that being gone forever, like never doing that again, which is strange to me. But, I don't know. I'm kind of guilty in that sense that I don't know. I like the falling in love more than being in love. You know what I mean? I like the hunt. It's the hunt, then the hunt is greater than the kill kind of thing for me.
Yeah. Well, I think it's,
I mean? So,
I think it's, man, I really want to say it was like this came from Jim Carrey, but I could be totally wrong, where, he says, you know, the institution of marriage is like, whoever came up with that, that's a weird concept. Like, I like you so much, I'm gonna get the government involved so that you can't leave. Like, so, I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, man, like,
that is funny.
But yeah, it's like, this is the last time that we're gonna fall in love. So,
you know what I mean? Like that, I don't know. It's always been a weird concept to me. Like that's like a final thing. Like I guess me never being married and just kind of bouncing around from relationships. It's just that cemented thing. Like I don't know. That's a weird thing to give up.
It is.
You know,
it is.
But I mean, I know for better. Like you know, there were times I thought I was going to get married. That and you know I was okay with it. But I guess being single, like I don't see it again. Like it's so I don't know. Just a weird concept for me.
Yeah. Well, you know.
And it's like a feeling like you can only get so many times, you know?
Right. Well, I don't know. So this wasn't written by Michael either.
No, this was Carol Bayer and David Foster.
Right. So
Carol Sager.
And you can tell that this is this has a very different feel too. So but yeah, I like cuz this kind of breaks away from like this breaks away from the disco and the funk and is definitely more in the pop realm, I feel.
Yeah, and like, I mean, it's not, again, not my favorite song, but it's not terrible. Like, I don't like again, I'm not a big fan of how the music, but I do love, like, the idea of it.
Right.
The meaning of the song being written.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's very much, it almost has a different. I don't know if this is the right way to describe it or not, but it almost has a different structure, song wise, like than the rest of the stuff on here. I mean, it still has verses and a chorus and stuff like that, but like it's set up differently, and it makes me feel it. It's like I don't know. It's like maybe this was the start of like that kind of like teeny bopper, teeny idol kind of way of doing songs, because this very much feels like in that kind of vein. So again, it's a good song. A good song. It's just but it's different.
Oh, that was the thing. Yeah, so like it's the falling in love that makes me high, but being in love that makes me like
cry. Yep.
Right, like that's a weird fucking, I don't know. Maybe I think fucked up, but
no, I think
that, you know.
I understand the message behind it, but yeah, I like it's one of those things. I feel like I've experienced that before in my personal life, and you know, I mean, like I don't know. Now I try to find, you know, like I don't know, with my relationship now, it's like, well, we try to find new ways of getting that like high of being, you know, like in love with each
like
other.
First dating.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just, yeah, like, you know, but it's like, but like, I don't know, we're gonna try something new, whether it's something new in the bedroom or taking a fucking art class together or whatever. I mean, I've never taken an art class with her or anything like that, but you know, just goofy shit like that, like go to a wine tasting for the first time or just what the fuck ever, you know, like have new experiences together to try and like, it's not falling in love all over again, but it's still having new experiences to get that, that serotonin or dopamine or whatever the chemical is going.
Both, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So,
I feel you. But anyway, I don't know. I just, weird little personal tangent about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, then we move on to Burn This Disco Down.
Yeah, so this is the last song on the album.
It is.
Surprise, surprise. We've already gotten to the end of the album. It's a little short.
Yeah, it's only 10 songs, but.
And the songs aren't that long. And honestly, you know, like we've tried to hit on them. So this, I mean, fuck man, we're only like 45 minutes in and we're already at the end of the album. Damn.
Yeah. Well, this album's only like 40 minutes too. Like, I think we talked longer than the album is. Like, right now.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. But Burn This Disco Out. Man, this just fucking brings it right home to the fucking disco funk, like, theme of the album. This is a fucking dance song. Yeah, like fucking get out on the floor and fucking shake your ass and let's fucking go. Like, we're gonna dance till we burn this place down. Like, so yeah, this is great. This is a great sign off for the album. Great send off. Love it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the perfect song to end on. Like, it was just, like, you said it perfectly. It brings it right back and then that's it. And it's well executed. Like,
yeah.
I think this is for the most part, I think this is the most put together song.
Okay.
Like, for me personally, I think it's just, it wraps up just not only in like its like in its composure and everything, but where it's placed, how it ties it back to everything. Like, I don't know. I think it's the perfect song for being the last song. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Yeah. I think this wraps up the album and puts a nice little bow on it, and you're just like, all right, I just served you up a great album. Here's a bang up finishing song to just to like I don't know. Here, this is like this song is like the aftertaste. It's a great meal. Or it's like having a beer that fucking starts well and the middle, you know, it goes down easy and then it leaves you with a nice aftertaste. This is that nice aftertaste. So
yeah,
fantastic. And
for sure,
fucking A, man, just a great fucking song to, like we said, end on.
I agree. And so, yeah, man. So personally, this hits me right in the fucking funk, man. Like right in the funk.
It really does.
And I know I mentioned, like, I now understand, like, Jamiroquai and RJT2 and where all these, like, art, like, Bruno Mars, where they get their, like, funk from.
Right.
And I do like that it has a more concise form than, like, P-Funk did.
Okay.
However, like, I know a lot of the songs don't have, like, a lot of, like, depth or meaning. Like, I mean, you know, it's pretty straightforward. There's not a lot of, deep concepts going on in this album. But I mean, honestly, I don't really give a fuck because I feel like everything else. I mean, production, this album was at an 11.
Yeah,
everybody knocked it the fuck out of the park. Like Michael was great. All the artists that played all the music was great. Quincy Jones did a fucking amazing job making this album happen.
For sure,
it's a solid album.
And the fucking one of the album covers to this is Michael in a fucking bow tie tuxedo, like.
Oh yeah.
Like he's going to prom, and that's fantastic. Like, it's fucking perfect. It's
behind that like red brick wall.
Yes.
With his big old Jerry curls and shit.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking perfect. I love this album. I think it fits the album because he's just like, I'm getting ready to go to prom and dance, motherfuckers. Like, oh, yes you are, Michael.
Yes, and I will go to that prom with you, Michael.
Oh yeah, 100% down.
And you can fuck my girl. It's fine. You can tell her about it. You can tell my girl. You can tell me about my girlfriend. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna be mad.
I'll jump in on that Devil's three-way. No, ain't no problem.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hell yes, well. I feel like, you know, going back to girlfriend. I'm sorry, I can't let it go. But like, if she told you, hey, I'm fucking Michael Jackson, I'd be like, go
what the
on.
fuck? Why didn't you fucking invite me?
No,
asshole?
I'd be like, what the hell? Fine. Like, it's fine, baby. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, hey, I want to know every bit and every detail. Go on.
Did you fucking videotape it at least?
Selfish. If you didn't, that's just being selfish. That's
yeah, dude.
fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
anyway.
man.
I'm sorry. Fucking girlfriend. Anyway, so what did you, as a whole, what do you got any notes on the album as a totality?
Well, I didn't write notes for this one. I just thought, just listening to it, I was like, I think I can speak to these songs enough, which maybe I couldn't because, we didn't talk that long about it, any of them in particular, but I mean, man, it's like you said, it's well written, it's well performed, it's well produced. I love a lot of the disco and funk themes that are in throughout this album. I fucking love me some funky bass lines, and like I love some Rod Stewart style disco hits and shit, and this puts all that together. Like, so yeah, I'm all about it.
Yeah. And one thing I didn't mention is that I feel like every song on this album is the right amount of length, is the perfect. Like, there's never a song that I felt like dragged on even like 5 seconds longer than it should have been.
Yeah, I can get on board with that.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they chopped it up to where, okay, this song, this song's gonna be this song long, and that's the perfect amount of time for this song to be. Like, Working Day and Night could have been a 10-minute song and I still would have loved it.
Yeah.
Like, or Get on the Floor, but there wasn't My Girlfriend, which was kind of, I think it was one of the longer songs, but it wasn't like unbearably long. Like, okay, they could wrap this shit up. No.
Yeah, like
I never had that feeling. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I think that's a good point. These songs are fairly concise, for the most part, and that's okay. Like, they don't need to be long and drawn out. Like, they get to the point right away, and they hit you hard, they hit you fast, and then they move on. And it's
and they're out.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said about that. I mean, cause like, I even remember like when we were doing like last week when we did Elton John, last time we did Elton John, there was like one song that just went on a little too long, and I was like, God damn, like, you could cut that off. Or like,
right.
Or like when we were talking about 9, there were many songs, like 2 or 3 songs that could have been cut down like 2 minutes easily. Like, that was kind of the, you know what I mean? Like,
for sure, like 9 Inch Nails, I was in that boat where it's just like, all of these songs, you could chop a minute off of every single song here and the album would just be better for me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't have to fucking string it out, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I've come to find that is a big plus in songs now.
Well, it's one of those things
when it's like
it's one of those things where it's like when you're fucking writing a paper for college, or you're writing a report at work or some shit, like fucking, get that fucking, put that shit into concise wording. Like, get your point across, give me the facts, and then get the fuck out. Like, if I'm reading a news article, or if I'm reading a fucking technical report or some shit like that, like at work, dude, give me your point, give me the evidence, get the fuck out. And this song does that in whatever, for that analogy. Like, musically, this song does that.
Boom, here's what we're doing, here's what we're saying, boom, boom, next better.
And it's done well. It's like, man, I don't know. It's great. This is a great song, a great album to just fucking, you know what? I'm just in the mood for like some fucking funky jams to dance to. Put this album on, you're golden.
Yeah, it's like a good party mix. You know what I mean? Like, I can definitely, like, you have people over and you just want to hang out. Like, just, you could throw this album on and just let it play on loop and nobody would care. Like, you know what I mean?
For sure.
It's just, I'm just saying that's a category I didn't think about before we started this podcast, is song length and conciseness.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's now a major fucking thing, because my Because like if it's a long album, like when we did Led Zeppelin, like that's a really long, I'm not saying that they like went on along, but that's a long album, and like we got to talk about every fucking song. Like I don't want to like be drawn out. Like or Pavement, they could have.
Well, they could have just not existed, and I'd be okay with that.
That could have been a 4-second album. That is fine. But it's just that's something that I've caught on that's now like a thing in the rubric on how I'm going to scale albums is like are they concise? Like, do they drone on? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, and I think I don't know if are they concise is the right question. I think is the song appropriate? Is the length of the song appropriate? Because I mean, like there are some like there's some stuff that like it's cool if it's a little bit longer. Like I don't know, some Pink Floyd stuff and some of that Zeppelin stuff and some I don't know, fucking Tool or something like. Yeah,
or like Funeral for a Friend. That was a really long song.
Right.
But, like there was a reason for it. Like
right.
Like there he was trying to make movements out of that, and that I can appreciate. But when you're
right, that's a perfect fucking analogy. Like just is it appropriate? And for that song, yes, it's appropriate. It's long, but yes, it's fucking appropriate. And
because he's going through these movements, and like there's stages of this, like it's going to change, and they're going to, you know what I mean? But if it's the same fucking thing
over and over again, yeah.
Like if it's like a techno song where it's the same thing that just goes on and on and on, like, holy fucking Christ. Like,
right.
Like, I get it.
So, I don't know, man. What are your...
I'm just saying, that's the new thing. Anyway, just the thing that I noticed about this album that I want to bring up because it's a fucking thing. Like, I like that he got to, like, he didn't have a lot of, like, deep things to say, but I didn't have to listen to a fucking 8-minute song about dancing and where to the point to where I was like, okay, can we fucking move on already? Like, I never had that moment. And so now that I see that that's a plus, like I'm recognizing that, and now I see that it's a plus.
And that's the thing is the reason it's appropriate here is who wants to dance to an 8-minute song? Nobody. Like you're going to get out there and dance for 3 minutes and then another, then you're going to go get a beer and then, wait for another song to come on. Like, you know what I mean? So it's appropriate for this.
Unless you get a lap dance, like I want an 8 minutes.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna lap dance, then you pick a song by Nine Inch Nails. but these aren't strip club songs. These are disco. Like get out on the floor and shake and dance with each other songs.
For sure. Anyway, moving on. Okay,
I think it's a good rubric. So anyway, what are your top 3?
My top 3. So I'm gonna have to go number 3. Is Get on the Floor.
Okay.
I think that's, I don't know. I fucking love that song. Get on the Floor is number 3 for sure. Number 2 is, I Can't Help It.
Okay.
Just cause it's so fucking funky. Like it is just so fucking funky and I can listen to it over and over.
Okay.
But number 1, Working Day and Night, man.
Okay.
Working Day and Night. Like that song, like I literally like of all the songs on this album, that's the one that just stuck in my head, and I'm like, I've been singing it constantly for a week. Like, there are people who sit next to me at work, they're like, will you shut the fuck up with that Michael Jackson song? Like, working day and night, alright?
Alright.
Yeah. What about you, Bubba?
Well, okay, so it's hard to separate, nostalgia from this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that, I'm gonna rock with you is gonna be edged out. That's going to get edged out of my top 3, even though I want it to be there.
Okay.
I want it to be there because I'm familiar with it, but I'm going to edge it out and I'm going to put Working Day and Night as my number 3.
Working Day and Night number 3. Okay.
It's
okay.
It's super relatable and it's a great song. My nostalgia glasses are going to go ahead and come back in with Don't Stop Till You Get Enough as number 2. I've loved that song forever. It's great. It's just great.
Oh, yeah.
And then number 1 is going to be, Get on the Floor because of that funky ass bass line that comes in and grabs you immediately. I love it. Burn This Disco Out also just got edged out of the top 3 too with, Rock With You. So. And
I love his, like, that wah-wah pedally voice that, why won't yeah. Like,
yeah.
That's such a fun, like,
I don't know if he's using, like,
effect.
Yeah, I don't know what he's using, if he's using like a talk box or what. But yeah, man, Get on the Floor. Just, that funky ass bass line that comes in right at the front and just lets you know right out of the gate, this is funk, and shake your ass, and this is amazing. And that's the song that like, that's the song that I had never heard before, or I'm not sure that I've heard before on this album that got me dancing the most. So that's what this album's for. That's my number one.
Right on. Hell yeah. Right on, Bubba. All right. So here's the question. Here's the real question I want to ask you.
Okay.
How do you rate this out of a scale out of 10?
Okay.
How do you rate this?
Okay. Man, that's tough. That's really tough.
Right? Especially like coming right off the heels of Elton John's like Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah.
Like I wanted, like in my heart, I want to give this a 10 because like I fucking love it. Like I don't think there's a bad song on this album.
Yeah. Like
when it's lacking, it's still pretty. It's like fucking pizza, man.
I'm right there with you. But
I don't want to give it higher than Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Like, I don't feel like it's a better album, but like,
man,
there are bits of the Yellow Brick Road that I don't like more. But they have better songs. Like, it's like it's kind of like how, I don't know, man.
Here's the thing. Mm-hmm. I'm right there with you. This is pretty much like the perfect mix of disco and funk, and this is pretty much like the perfect, like, 70s pop dance album for me, but it's not a perfect album. And man, All the Young Girls Love Alice, that song alone is like, man, that song alone, that's up there with Felicia for me. Like I still can't get that song out of my head. So this has got to be below that. And I don't remember what I rated Yellow Brick Road. So
I think you did like a 9.8 or 9.9.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm thinking I gave Yellow Brick Road something like 8.5, 9, 9.5, somewhere in there. So I'm going to give this an 8. I'm going to go with an 8.
An 8?
Man, just because
low?
It's, you know what? Here's what it is. It's a half a point below Yellow Brick Road. That's what it is. Because
so whatever. I don't remember what numbers we gave Yellow Brick Road. But right. I know they were really high.
But here's the thing. For what this album is trying to do, for what this album is trying to be, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It's 10 out of 10 for being a funky disco dance album. 10 out of 10 for like it's great. But if I'm going to be honest with myself, between this and Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, I'd rather listen to Goodbye Yellow Brick Road as an album. Okay. As an album, and mostly because I just enjoyed that album slightly more. Especially with some of the songs that are in it. I mean, man. So like I said, it's tough. Like I want to give this a perfect score, and for its genre, it is, in my eyes, because I haven't ever heard anything that's beaten this out as far as disco funk dance songs. Like, this is perfect. But in the grand scheme of things, I would switch this in Yellow Brick Road on the list.
You would? Okay. Yeah. See, that was like my hope, man. I spent longer debating on how I was this album than I did fucking listening to the album and making, because like, man, I mean, you gotta think, this is Michael Jackson's like first, Yellow Brick Road was Elton John's 7th.
Yeah.
album. You know what I mean?
I get that.
Like,
I get that, man. I do. But Goodbye Yellow Brick Road
number of songs,
just better.
No, as far as like number of songs that I like, like comparatively, I like the Michael Jackson songs between the two albums than I do on Elton John.
Okay.
Does it have the best songs? No, absolutely not.
Right.
Like, I feel like Elton John he has better meaning. He's got better.
Dude, Sweet Painted Lady, fucking All the Young Girls Love Alice, like.
Funeral for a Friend, like all that. I mean,
man. Fucking Benny and the Jets? Like,
is Michael Jackson have better songs? I think
right.
Elton John does.
I agree.
So like, so what I finally wrote down was like, I feel like Elton John is, for me, they're like the, St. Arnold's Brewery.
Okay.
When they make a beer, they make a real fucking good beer.
Right.
Probably the best beers.
Right.
Here, they're not like. However, I feel like Michael Jackson's like Carbach.
Okay.
They don't make bad beer. Like all their beer,
Everything they make is
like
is good.
Is good.
Right.
But it's not like phenomenal. Like
Right.
it doesn't go, you know what I mean? It doesn't go high low.
And,
it's
right.
It's
and
like
pretty
a flat
much
line,
but they
over
don't
like a scatter plot.
So they don't do phenomenal, but they also don't do terrible.
No. What I'm saying is their set point is like like an 8.5. Like that's their set point, and they don't deviate from that. That's their flat line.
Right.
I feel like Elton John goes up, like St. Arnold's, they go up really up. They'll hit that 99, but then he'll drop down and do like a 75.
Right. So that's.
So
I mean,
it kind of evens out. You know what I mean? Like to that same. I don't know. So,
but that's what I'm saying, man. Go ahead.
For me, I'm gonna rate it just as high as I did Yellow Brick Road. I'm gonna give it a 9. I think it was like a 9.7, 9.8.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it, but I'm gonna put it 9.81.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Get real granular with it. Get real granular with it.
It's so good, and I can't make a decision. But like gun to my head, I will take Elton John. I think Elton John did a better album as opposed to this one. But fuck, man, like it was really tough to if I had a gun to my head, they might just kill me before I make a decision because I would. So it might come down to a coin toss.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what I gave Elton John. If I gave him a 9.5, then this is a 9. If I gave him a 9, this is an 8.5. All right, you know, like I got you. For me, this is a half a point behind that. So yeah, like I said, in what it's trying to do, it's perfect. But as an overall listening experience, it's not as good as Yellow Brick Road. It's still great. Don't get me wrong. I'll never hear the song "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough" or "Rock with You" or "Off the Wall" or "Get on the Floor" or "Burn This Disco." I'll never hear those songs and not enjoy myself listening to them. So absolutely,
and it's straight up, that was the longest part for me. Was just okay. Is this better? Like they're comparable to me. Depending on my mood and mentally, I would take one over the other, but so I think they're even, and they're both phenomenal. Okay, and I'm really suspect about the rest of this list. I don't know, man.
Yeah, me too, dude. Me too.
We had two damn near perfect fucking albums back to back, and we're at 85. Like, yeah. There's gonna be. I mean, number one's gonna have to make me come in my pants without even like.
Well, I can tell you right now, number one is Beatles' Abbey Road.
Was it Abbey Road? Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, I'm not, anybody can go look this list up. They know what's coming up. So it's not going to be a surprise.
And Abbey Road's
it's a great album.
Yeah, it's just, but there's going to be a lot of things. I feel like there's going to be a lot of shit on here that we're going to disagree, and that's fine. But
I mean, honestly, so far we haven't disagreed on much. Like, let's be real. I liked Metallica quite a bit better than you. Like, you didn't really like that album. I didn't really care for Kanye, but I gave it a chance and rated it way higher than I should have, especially after listening to like what we've just listened to. Because I was just excited about getting into the music stuff. Because I think I gave that album like a 7, and man, I'm sorry, but it's not good enough to be that close to the last two albums.
Not even a little bit.
No, it's like a 5.
Even look, and there's some shit that's even forgettable that we've done that I don't. I'm like, it's like
there was like hold on, like the Refused was pretty decent.
The Refused, it was decent.
The Clash was pretty decent. Like I'll never forget P-Funk.
Oh yeah,
you know,
P-Funk,
I mean,
especially
Pink Floyd and Beck were great. Elliott Smith, I didn't really care. I know you really liked it. Talking Heads was interesting, but you know, just one of those things.
That was kind of the ones that like I was not prepared. I was like, I didn't know going in. It kind of grew on me after a while, so I was kind of like, okay, like grew on me.
And then, you know, stuff like Zeppelin has just always been in my repertoire, so, you know, whatever, not going anywhere. So I don't know. I think just fucking between, like, I'm glad that we're sandwiching, the two albums the break albums between such amazing albums, fucking Elton John and coming into Michael Jackson, like, man, it's nice, especially since one of our break albums is hot garbage.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh, Stitches. How can you forget Stitches?
Man, coming off Stitches onto this was just, man. Well, I guess we did Atmosphere between Stitches and this, so that's nice.
True. That is true. But still, but
you know what? Like, I think you had a good suggestion doing good hip hop after coming off of Stitches with Atmosphere, because, it showcases, well, like, it's a way to showcase, okay, here's how you do something bad, and here's how you do something really well. Like the same thing.
Especially since we went NWA, Stitches, and then Atmosphere, so we saw what evolved after NWA. Like, this is what that trash garbage stuff happens. This is what happens after that. But I think is what the good stuff happens.
So I don't think that Atmosphere pulled a lot of influence from people like NWA. I think he pulled a lot of influence from more poetic, hip hop artists. Versus Stitches pulled directly from NWA and just went, I'm gonna be angry all the time at everything. I sell drugs, like.
That is true.
So.
Well, smoking weed will give you brow. You remember that line from NWA?
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Anyway.
I don't know, but,
Ava.
But yeah, Ava, it's one of those things
we saw what happened, the good and the bad of NWA. What could happen with NWA?
So yeah.
Express Yourself. And that was kind of what Atmosphere did.
Oh yeah, Express Yourself was great. Thank you, Tony Hawk. But yeah, man. So great album. Can't say it enough. And
I'm as far as like the last two albums, I'm really glad that we're doing this, because like I would have never done it myself, and like I
don't know if I would have ever
my
heard.
eyes are open now. Like,
I don't know if I would have ever heard All the Young Girls Love Alice if not for doing this. So for that song alone, I'm ecstatic, because
Get on the Floor, like all the stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, like this album, I would have never sat down and listened to it.
For sure.
I mean, honestly, and it's it's fucking amazing.
It is. It absolutely is. So, yeah, I don't know. That's about all I got. You have anything else? I think we covered it.
No, that's pretty much, yes.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Find us wherever you get your podcasts. iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, maybe. I don't remember. I know I signed up for it. Don't know if it's there. Let us know. SadPandaPresents.com.
No, we're not getting on Spotify. You got to be like on a
I don't know.
You got to be like sponsored on like a computer for some
shit, man. We've got the, I pay for the RSS feed. It's supposed to get us on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or it's supposed to give you a leg up, if nothing else, on getting on there.
Oh, okay.
So I have no idea. Haven't looked this up because I haven't bothered.
Well, Spotify, also, okay, hold on. Since you're talking about Spotify.
Okay.
Yeah, my Spotify account is all fucked up now.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's so fucking weird now. Like,
it doesn't know what the fuck to do.
It doesn't, like, do you want to listen to this? Like, no, I don't. Like, what? No, I don't.
Are you sure?
You want to?
But I don't know why you don't want to listen to this. You listen to NWA and then Elton John right after. You sure you don't want to listen to this? Like, I'm sure. Yo, you there? Did I lose you?
So if you listen to the album,
hey, I lost you for a second. Just repeat whatever you said. My recording didn't even pick it up.
Oh, just as a PSA, don't listen to the lists like we do on your Spotify, because that will fuck your shit up real bad.
Yeah. It certainly
real
will.
Bad. Anyway, moving on.
So yeah. If you want to interact with us, facebook.com/SadPandaPresentsPodcast. Let us know what you think about the episode. Let us know what you think about the album, and suggest something for us to listen to. We will do it. And next time, we will be talking about the album Tommy by The Who. It is number 84 on the list. So thanks again
are you
for listening.
familiar with them at all?
I've heard some of The Who. I'm not intimately familiar with the Who. But I know of them, and I know some of their stuff, like I know Pinball Wizard and stuff like that. So,
isn't that the song? I thought that was this one,
oh, it might be
about isn't this like a rock opera?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not familiar enough with the Who to know their discography. But I do know some popular Who songs, and I know they made a big splash in the world of rock. So yeah, like I'm ready to get into this for sure.
Right on. Me too. I'm excited, especially after coming up these last two. They've been fucking hitting gold for the last two albums, so I'm excited going forward.
Yeah. So, thanks again, everybody.
Yep. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you guys. Y'all, thanks for listening, and y'all have a great night and day tomorrow.